Welcome to C News Now.
In a world obsessed with trends, she defies them. In an industry chasing perfection, she embraces simplicity. Tong Zuer, once just another name in China's dazzling entertainment galaxy, is now the star everyone can't stop talking about. From her breathtaking performance in The Prisoner of Beauty to the effortless charm of her everyday life, she's proving that true beauty doesn't need to shout to be heard. But what is it about Tong Zuer that has captured the nation's heart and refuses to let go? Tong Zuer, from the prisoner of beauty to real-life goddess, how simplicity became her greatest weapon. If you had told the entertainment world a year ago that the prisoner of beauty would ignite not only a nationwide craze but also catapult Tong Zuer back to the peak of her career, many might have smiled politely and moved on. Yet here we are, months after the drama's finale, and the ripples it created are still spreading like wildfire. At the center of it all, a young actress born in 1998, with a face that seems to belong to another era, and a quiet confidence that speaks louder than any scandal or trend. Tong Zuer has not just returned, she has ascended. In the glittering competitive galaxy of post-1995 Chinese actresses, beauty is common currency. But Tong Zuer? She's managed to turn hers into a brand timeless, distinctive, and utterly impossible to replicate. The return of a classic beauty. When The Prisoner of Beauty aired, the first thing people noticed wasn't just the plot or the costumes. It was her. Playing Xiao Qiao, Tong Zuer radiated a presence that didn't need extravagant makeup or elaborate hairstyles to command attention. There's an almost old-world quality to her looks. Soft yet defined, delicate yet strong. That cuts through the noise of social media filters and artificial perfection. It's no wonder she consistently appears in the coveted top 4 most beautiful actresses born after 1995 rankings, standing shoulder to shoulder with well-known beauty icons like Wang Churen, Tian Shiwei, and Zhou Yi. But unlike many of her peers who thrive on highly curated public personas, Tong Zuer has chosen a different route, one that might seem unremarkable at first glance but has proven to be her secret weapon. The unexpected power of simplicity. In a world where young stars often chase extravagance, luxury labels, red carpet-worthy streetwear, and camera-ready perfection, Tong Zuer remains refreshingly understated. If Zhao Lucy captivates with playful princess energy, and Esther Yu dazzles with glitter and drama, Tong Zuer wins hearts with something else entirely, an effortless girl-next-door charm. Her off-duty style is almost deceptively simple. Think oversized t-shirts, denim shorts, minimal makeup, and a baseball cap pulled low over her eyes. She's just as likely to be spotted in sneakers as she is in heels, and she often carries small, functional bags rather than statement designer pieces meant to scream for attention. Yet here's the twist. This very simplicity draws attention. By not chasing trends, she becomes timeless. By not trying to look perfect, she ends up looking perfect. Her casual wardrobe staples, white tees, skinny jeans, pleated skirts, are nothing revolutionary, but the way she pairs them feels intentional. There's harmony in the proportions, a subtle awareness of color and texture that suggests taste without arrogance. From street style to spotlight. Of course, when it comes to official events, Tong Zuer shifts gears with almost theatrical precision. On the red carpet, she is elegance personified, choosing silhouettes that highlight her delicate frame, fabrics that catch the light without blinding it, and designs that whisper luxury rather than shout it. Whether draped in a flowing gown with soft, ethereal hues or stepping out in a modern sharp-cut dress with daring colors, she maintains a sense of restraint. Even when she experiments with bolder shapes and tones, the result is always refined, never overwhelming. She understands the fine line between memorable and excessive, and she dances on it like a seasoned performer. The role that changed everything. The Prisoner of Beauty wasn't just another period drama. It was the perfect storm. An engaging script, a production team that knew how to showcase its cast, and a central role that played directly to Tong Zuer's strengths. As Xiao Qiao, she embodied a female lead who was equal parts steel and silk. This wasn't a damsel to be rescued, nor an untouchable ice queen. This was a woman navigating the treacherous waters of palace politics with intelligence, grace, and a keen understanding of power. Tong Zuer's performance was layered. Her Xiao Qiao could turn from warm and empathetic in one scene to sharp and calculating in the next, without ever losing the audience's trust. She was strong without being hard, strategic without being cold. Audiences didn't just watch her, they rooted for her. A chameleon on screen. While The Prisoner of Beauty was a career-defining moment, it was far from her first brush with critical praise. In Worry-Free Fairy, she played Ban Xia, a role requiring vulnerability, emotional depth, and subtle transformation. In Children of the Chow family, she became Chow Sime, a character whose charm and complexity resonated deeply with viewers. This pattern reveals something essential about Tong Zuer. She's not afraid to step out of her comfort zone. Each role she chooses forces her to peel back a different layer of herself, to inhabit a new emotional reality. It's a bold strategy in an industry that often rewards playing it safe. The magic of her emotional scenes. If there is one thread tying together all of Tong Zuer's most memorable performances, it's her mastery of emotional authenticity. Crying scenes, in particular, have become something of her signature. They are never overacted or manipulative. When she cries, it feels as though the pain is real, as though the tears are pulled from a well of personal memory. It's this ability to project raw emotion without slipping into melodrama that has solidified her reputation as more than just a beautiful face. Her tears aren't weapons, they're revelations. Why Tong Zuer's appeal endures. In an entertainment landscape obsessed with novelty, where trends shift overnight and public opinion can be as fickle as the weather, Tong Zuer's staying power comes from something both rare and enduring: authenticity. She's not trying to be the loudest voice in the room or the most extravagant dresser on the carpet. She's building a brand rooted in quiet confidence, emotional truth, and a beauty that feels lived in rather than manufactured. And perhaps that's why, in an era of curated perfection, she feels like a breath of fresh air. Tong Zuer doesn't just play beautiful characters, she is one. Not in the superficial sense, but in the way she carries herself, in her refusal to conform completely to industry molds, and in her insistence that simplicity can be just as captivating as spectacle. From here, the sky's the limit. The success of The Prisoner of Beauty has opened new doors, bigger roles, more ambitious projects, and a renewed public fascination with everything from her acting to her coffee order. But perhaps the most intriguing part of Tong Zuer's journey is this. She doesn't seem in a hurry to cash in on fleeting fame. Instead, she moves with deliberate steps, choosing projects and appearances that align with the image she's built, not just as an actress, but as a woman who understands her worth. It's a lesson in career longevity wrapped in a love letter to authenticity. And if her trajectory so far is any indication, we're only at the beginning of what she has to offer. If you stumbled upon her in a coffee shop tomorrow, hair tucked under a cap, wearing an oversized hoodie and sneakers, you might not recognize her right away. But give it a moment. Watch the way she laughs, the quiet confidence in her posture, the ease with which she navigates the world without needing to announce herself. That's when you'd know. You'd realize you're looking at Tong Zuer, the prisoner of beauty who never needed a stage to be unforgettable.